So today we're gonna do a challenge. We have Ben here and we have Rebecca. We're in Israel. We're being hosted by the awesome guy Viner. And the challenge is to have them do 2 shots using the same spaces and the same props. 2 models, Alona and Mishele. Razo, who's gonna do some fire stuff. Flower, and they can throw flower, feathers, and we're gonna see what they're gonna come up with. Are you guys ready? To fight to the death! Poke you right in the mouth!
Basically, the model that I was shooting didn't like snakes, so I stole Ben's model and got her to hold the snake. I was really excited to find out that there was going to be snakes on the shoot, and so I decided to include them in my flower shot. I decided to go for a white theme with a white dress, white snake and white flower.
The first challenge for me was a flower shot. I had found a room that I thought would be exciting and imagined a cascade of flower flowing down from the top of the room.
It took a few attempts at throwing the flower from behind, chucking it straight towards the camera and from the right side.
To make the composition work, I moved a piece of wood that had fallen into the room into a position that would slice the room in half.
But I loved how it came out in the end. How she looks like a Greek goddess. Even the snake posed for the image.
And to make sure that the flower would be lit, a flash was hidden behind the model and a second off to camera left in a para 133 to ensure a soft, dramatic side light.
And as I reviewed the shots, I loved how all the elements had come together to look really ethereal and serene.
I balanced out the light so that the top of the frame wouldn't be overexposed and proceeded to play with a variety of positions until I captured the moment I was looking for.
So Ben, we have the awesome Razor team who are gonna do fire for you. Where are you gonna take it?
Well, I seem to always end up shooting fire, and it just seems to be what I'm best known for. So I'm going to be doing some semi-long exposures with these crazy wings, and you get your fire!
Well, good luck, Ben.
The second challenge was to create the fire shot. Fire photography to me has never been about the obvious. It's always been about setting a mood, a tone.
It was amazing that we had a couple of fire professionals on the shoot. I spent a very long time setting the model up for the shot.
To have total control over your flame, you typically require a very dark environment, but unfortunately the room had plenty of holes for light to bleed in. We did our best to cover up all the holes by piling up rocks and using garbage bags to prepare the environment.
She was a little afraid of fire, so it was important to get her stood still, and then I would get the fire guys to create magic around her, reassuring her that she would be fine. I was lucky to have a great team who made sure she looked perfect.
From there, I stole the neutral density filters from our heroic videographer Dave Piper to knock down the ambient even more so that I could effectively drag my shutter as our pyrotechnicians swirled around the model.
As I captured the first shots, I realised that the backlight from some open brickwork was blasting out the fire, so I moved everything to the other side. I told the model to stay very still, as to capture the fire, I would shoot on a very long exposure.
A single flash at full power was used to light our model behind the fire as we tried shooting until the fuel ran out.
In my final retouch, I wanted lots and lots of fire, so I took parts of it captured throughout the whole series of photos. What I love is the drama that I captured by the mystical glow from the fire.
Just give me 3 seconds of quiet.
That was good. Why are we doing it again?
Yeah, just for the day.
Why are we doing it again? Shh. Why are we doing it again?
We need 3 seconds. We would have been done by now.
The feather shot was my favourite. To create it took a while to decide on what clothing we would use. We played around for a while with different options, but in the end went for a very fairy tale look.
By this point, it was time for the third challenge. Rebecca had stolen my model and location, so the challenge this time was to find a completely new way to see the same environment.
Dalit climbed above so she could throw the feathers down onto beautiful Mishele. We managed to get Luna the dog to sit while the feathers poured down. It was a very magical moment.
I reframed my subject, moved rocks around, and tossed her into a different outfit that would be looser and more floaty. We had feathers at our disposal, and I thought that having them float in through a doorway would look magical.
I instructed Dalit to chuck the remaining feathers down in one go, and I captured the shot while hundreds of white feathers swirled around in a mystical fairy tale moment.
So I balanced the light for the ambient, and added my Grand Para 133 facing the model to have a soft directional light hitting her.
In the final edit, I added a stream to add one final more element of surreal to the image. I'm really happy about how it turned out.
Once everything was set up, it was just about clicking over and over until the feathers floated into just the perfect position.
And may the best man win.
Or woman.
Or woman.